Just before you get into the podcast, guys, here is a trigger warning for brief mentions and discussions of rape and murder. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all well, and welcome back to the Jordan Teresa podcast with I'm already cocking this up. This is episode 2, and I know what some of you guys are going to be thinking. Bitch, where did you go? You posted one podcast episode at the beginning of January, you promised weekly episodes, and then you were gone. Then she vanished, and I can explain. Not going to get too into it, but just before I do explain sort of where I've been, obviously I'm in my experimental era of this podcast, and I don't really know sort of what I want it to be, what I want to do, stuff like that. So I thought I would start out with a little intro of a book I'm reading, a YouTube video I've watched, a current song on repeat, and TV show I'm watching, just to sort of get the ball rolling on the conversation. And today's podcast, rather than talk about one thing, I've got three sort of different topics to talk about. So you guys should please let me know what you guys prefer, if you prefer me to just focus on one topic, if you prefer me to talk about different ones, because sometimes there's just not enough going on. Like, there's very rarely that you get a Molly May cock up like what happened last month. It's very, very rare that you get a class analysis conversation triggered off by Molly May. So so the first thing, the book I'm currently reading, so I actually haven't started reading these yet, but for my new video I needed to buy books about consumerism, and specifically sort of post 9/11, post recession consumerism, beauty consumerism as well, consumerism by mostly women. So you guys recommended me some books on my Instagram story, so I really appreciate that. My Instagram is at Jordana Teresa if anybody wants to follow. I never post on there because I have anxiety. If you want to follow me, for me to never post, and the only time I do post is to advertise that I've got a video out, or it's to ask you guys for some sort of like book recommendation usually. Oh my god, there's a magpie outside. Do you guys salute magpies? Or like, as soon as you start saluting magpies, you actually can't stop? I think I've been saluting magpies for like 15 years. Me and magpies, we go really well back, way back. So the books which I got, the first one is Made Up, A True Story of Beauty Culture Under Capitalism by Daphne B. I've got Consumed, The Need for Collective Change, Colonialism, Climate Change and Consumerism by Adhd Barber. This is mostly about fast fashion, but I still want to give it a read anyway. And the book which I think is probably going to relate most to my video is this book called Made Up by Martha Layham, and it's how the beauty industry manipulates consumers, preys on women's insecurities, and promotes unattainable beauty standards. I'm going to talk about the new video that I'm making in just a second. So those are sort of the books which I think I'm going to read. I've also nearly finished the book Feminism Interrupted, I think that's what it's called. Feminism Interrupted by Lola Olufemi. Amazing book. It's very compact and short, so it's like really easy to read, but it basically just gives you all of the basics of how women are still oppressed in the 21st century, because, you know, whenever you're talking to like a fucking bloke or a pick-me about feminism, they go, well, technically we've got equal rights. And when you actually see how much the government fucks over women all the time, then you will see that we are not truly equal, especially if you're an immigrant, especially if you're a woman of colour, a working class woman, a single mother, a sex worker, a disabled woman, stuff like that. So those are the books I'm reading. And YouTube video I've watched, let me have a little look on my liked videos. Yes, the YouTube video I've been watching, or the series that I've been watching, was Mike's God, that's a fucking tongue twister, isn't it? Mike's videos, the Pretty Little Thing. Oh my gosh, I've got Molly May on the mind. I'm such a fan. The Pretty Little Liar recap videos. Oh, those are good videos. Cinema. If you guys haven't watched those videos, you've got to. They are so fucking good. And they're really good to put on, like, I always put them on when I'm like doing my makeup and stuff, and like my hair, and if I'm just like cleaning up around the house, or I'll put Mike's podcast on, because he has one of those voices which is like really therapeutic. Current song on repeat. So the current song that I have on repeat, let me open my Spotify, is Right Down the Line, Jerry Rafferty. It's that song that was in the first episode of Euphoria. You know, that one that goes, oh my god, am I about to sing right now? You know what this reminds me of? Did you guys, everyone had this girl in school and it was always in their English class, I swear. When you were in class and there was this one girl that would just fucking sing, but like not in like a sort of joke, like she'd seriously sing. She'd be like, never mind, like quite quietly, but it was still fucking like audible. And she'd be like, never mind, I'll find someone like you. Whoa, in this microphone, my singing actually does not sound that bad. What the fuck? Anyways, and then as soon as you say, oh my gosh, you're really good at singing, she go, oh my god, I wasn't even being serious. Oh my god, are you being serious right now? I was only joking. There's nothing more in this world that I hate than people that can't take compliments. Oh my god. And I feel bad because sometimes I struggle to take compliments, especially from my boyfriend. Like if he tells me, he's like, babe, you look so beautiful, and we're like in bed hungover, I've got my eyeliner on from last night and my hair's not even brushed. Like, all right, don't fucking lie to me, please. And I understand that some people are like quite like socially awkward and that's why they can't take compliments, but just say thank you, please. Just say thank you. But yeah, no, that song, it goes like, right down the line. You know that song? It's all over TikTok as well. And first of all, I hate people that gatekeep songs. And what I mean by that is I don't mind gatekeeping in general. So like I don't mind gatekeeping to an extent. Like if there's a makeup product, for example, a makeup product that you really like and you don't want to post a TikTok about it because TikTok has this habit of beauty products being sold out because they go viral on TikTok. I understand why you'd want to gatekeep a makeup product because you don't want it to sell out. But I basically saw this thing that was like, oh my god, this song was in Euphoria and now it's going to go viral and a load of teenage girls are going to love it. First of all, why not point out teenage boys? No, you just don't like it when women enjoy things. Second of all, it literally already had like 15 million streams. Like, who are you gatekeeping this from? Is it you and 15 million other people? Yeah, you're so special, aren't you? The fact that you and 15 million other people listen to this song. Yeah, no, you're really unique. You're really special. You're really different. Sorry, I have like a hatred for people that gatekeep. Oh, I accidentally banged my microphone. I have a hatred for people that gatekeep music and bands and don't want their favourite songs or their favourite bands to get popular because they think that ruins it. How does it ruin it? Just admit that you're weird. The only thing that I could possibly think of ruining it is that if you would go to like small shows to see your favourite band and suddenly they're performing in huge arenas and either you can't get tickets or the tickets are fucking expensive, that's fair enough thing to complain about. But also, aren't you happy that your favourite band has succeeded? Like, I have seen, not a lot, but I saw occasionally on TikTok people trying to gatekeep the band Hers. If you don't know, they have a song which is quite popular on TikTok. What Once Was, great song, and basically very sadly the band passed away, both of them a few years ago in a car accident. It was actually really awful. So obviously they've got all these new fans, and I just occasionally see people trying to gatekeep them and I'm like, have some respect. They've passed away. Like, and I'm pretty sure their family has said that they're glad that people are keeping their music alive because their music was really, really good and what happened to them was absolutely awful. And I see people trying to fucking gatekeep it on TikTok. Stop being weird. I'm trying to spend less time on TikTok. I think that it is such a bad app. I love it for the funny stuff. The funny stuff I think is really good. And I do think people have a lot of productive conversations on there, like productive discourse, I guess. But I also think that the discourse can get like so rotten because there is just such a lack of nuance. And what I find, especially with TikTok more than anything else, I find that, because the thing is, I obviously don't have a problem with TikTok discourse at all. I think people have really good, really productive conversations on there. What pisses me off about TikTok discourse, is because you can only upload videos up to 3 minutes, you obviously can't add as much nuance as you'd wish, which is fine. I don't think every single conversation needs to be completely nuanced. But as someone who's made YouTube videos for a really long time, you basically have to structure your sentences expecting people to criticize you. It's very, very weird. So basically, because people don't construct their sentences to sort of defend all these different criticisms which they could possibly get, people just purposely misconstrue things that they say, and it must be so frustrating for people that actually make really good discourse videos on TikTok to just have everything be purposely misconstrued all the time. Like, I remember, guys, it's fucking ridiculous. I remember I posted a TikTok where I said, you know that sound, you know that, what's that audio that's like, you know what genre of music sucks? Swag rock. Whoa. Whoa, my downs will stand my ground. You know, okay, I didn't need to go on for that long, but you know what I mean? That one. So I posted a video which said, you know what genre of you know what genre of movies suck? Torture porn. I have quite a burning hatred for torture porn, and I'm not talking about Saw. I'm not talking about Scream. I'm not talking about Final Destination. I actually think those movies have a place sort of like in horror movies. Like, they are good movies. I actually really like Final Destination, even though it really scares me. And I remember it very vividly as I was a child because, oh God, don't call the police on my parents. Basically, my mum and stepdad, we watched the second Final Destination movie together with my older sister, me, my mum, my stepdad, and my sister when I was like 7 or 8. I think I was 8 because I remember my brother being born, and it was literally so traumatizing. There was this scene where this lady gets her hair caught in an elevator door and she ends up getting decapitated. One second, I need to drink some water. She ends up getting decapitated, and it is literally, I remember being so traumatized about elevators for years, and I was so scared. Sorry if you can hear a siren, by the way. So even though they traumatized me as children, or oh my gosh, I remember at a sleepover when I was 11 years old, or 12, no, I was 12, we watched like Final Destination 5, or like The Final Destination, and there is this scene where, oh my god, it's literally giving me the shivers. There was this scene where they're in like a Formula One like rink or something, and a tire comes off one of the Formula cars and bounces into the crowd and fucking just takes this woman's fucking head off. And I remember for like a good week I just could not sleep because I couldn't get the image out of my head. And then I remember I wrote a diary entry, and I'm pretty sure I have that diary upstairs somewhere, where I said like my new fear was tires. Because I was so terrified of a tire like bouncing off a car and fucking taking my head off. Oh my god. But anyway, so even though those movies traumatized me as a child, I do think that there is a place for them, especially because Final Destination is like quite camp, even though it's like fucking terrifying. Maybe I'm the only one that's terrified by Final Destination movies. It is actually quite camp, like, let's be real here. So but torture porn, I'm talking like The Human Centipede 2, the movie Hate Crime, Cannibal Holocaust. God, I'm thinking of as many buzzwords as possible to get this video demonetized, aren't I? But these are just the names of the movies. There's another one, Hostel or something, like those kinds of movies. To be fair, I've never seen Hostel, but a lot of people said Hostel in the comment section. And I basically said I hate these movies. Didn't say anything else. I did not say anything else. But my opinion on these movies is that I do think that they tend to be very misogynistic, and they tend to be very racist as well. And I just don't really, I pray for the mental wellness of the directors of these movies. Like, what are they getting out of seeing women being like brutally raped? Because there's like some horrible scenes of that. So yeah, no, so really like horrible stuff. That's not even my opinion on it. I think it's very misogynistic, and like I just don't think these movies should exist, to be honest. And there was this woman in my comment section who probably left about 30 comments defending the existence of these movies, which is fine. Look, you can like those movies if you want, I don't care. But what I am going to do is I am going to judge you if you like these movies. You know what I'm going to do? You can like them all you want. if you can deal with liking these really horrible movies, then you've got to be able to deal with the fact that I'm going to judge you for it. Like, I'm allowed to have an opinion. But I wasn't replying to this woman at all because I just couldn't be asked. Like, she was just leaving so many comments because clearly this TikTok really, like, it seemed like it felt like I'd personally attacked her. So yeah, no, that's why TikTok is just rotten, because like you can literally post a TikTok saying you hate torture porn movies and someone will leave a comment, like 20 comments about how like taking it so personally and about how I'm wrong and blah blah blah. Like, sorry, I went on a rant. TV show I'm watching, I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what I have been watching a lot of with my boyfriend? I've been watching a lot of 4 in a Bed. I may make a video about this, but I feel like Channel 4 might copyright strike it, so I think I'm gonna struggle. I got my first copyright claim, guys. Oh my god, pray for me. But anyways, this show 4 in a Bed, you guys may not be from the UK and don't know. 4 in a Bed is a Channel 4 reality show where 4 different Airbnb, oh my god, the way I cannot say the word B&B anymore without saying Airbnb. The way that Airbnb has actually tainted the word B&B. Anyways, so 4 B&B owners go against each other, try out each other's B&Bs, give them ratings, and then we'll give them payments. Basically, whoever gets the most payment for their Airbnb, like the most percentage. I said Airbnb again. The way I'm going to sue Airbnb for ruining the word B&B. And it's so good. It's drama. They put all the episodes on Netflix, guys. You have to watch it. It's absolutely ridiculous. There was this one which, oh my god, guys, I couldn't believe it. First of all, watching 4 in a Bed was definitely like a me and my stepdad thing. We'd watch it every Sunday when we were both hanging out of our arseholes. We were literally so fucking hungover, and we'd watch 4 in a Bed because they'd put it on repeat on the TV channel, like all the episodes in a row, and we'd watch it, and oh my gosh, it was crazy. So now me and my boyfriend are watching it. We've passed on my stepdad has passed over the torch, is that the saying? Me and my boyfriend were watching it, and there was this one episode where this woman, she goes into the B&B bedroom, so there's this couple, these 2 women, and she's like, it smells like someone's thrown up on the floor. And she's like looking around, blah, blah, blah. She starts rummaging around. And one thing about people who go on 4 in a Bed is they will look for that speck of dust so they can mark you down for cleanliness. So she's like obviously looking around. So she takes the sheet off the mattress, and then she takes the mattress cover off, and it's got like stains on it because the person who owns the B&B said that mattress used to be her daughter's mattress. Obviously, you know, kids piss the bed and stuff. So it was obviously just old pee stains. But like, I really doubt it smelled. Like, I grew up with, guys, I wet the bed a lot when I was a child. Like when I was like a young child. So I grew up with a piss stained covered mattress. And it doesn't smell. Like, if you properly clean it, it doesn't smell. It's just a stain. But yeah, no. So this woman is like absolutely livid that she's sleeping on a piss stained mattress, which I think, like, is it that deep? Maybe I'm gross. But I'm like, is it that deep? So anyways, so she says, so instead of like going to the B&B, bear in mind they've got other rooms in this B&B. Instead of going to the owner, she decides to not say anything, and then waits until they're at dinner, and everyone's like having good conversation, everyone's having some good banter, you know, the convo's flowing, the alcohol's flowing, you know. And basically she then says, I need to say something. I cannot stay in your B&B tonight. The mattress is covered in disgusting stains. The room has an odd smell. It was absolutely insane. It was crazy. The absolute scenes, girls. So she's like, I can't stay in your B&B tonight. And one of the other people that's in the competition is like, why don't you just let her fix the situation? Why don't you let her know? She's got other rooms, stuff like this. And she goes, I don't know, I just can't stay there. So they end up staying in a different B&B. Oh my god, you guys can't see me right now, but my jaw just dropped, like the absolute shade of it all. Like, genuinely, this show is like more shady than RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, I'm not even joking. The absolute shit which goes down in this TV show. So anyway, so then it comes to payment. And so let's say someone's room is £100 a night, because B&Bs in the UK are fucking expensive. This country is ridiculously expensive. I hate it here. Sorry, it just got announced that like energy bills are going up and inflation's going up again and the wages aren't going up and stuff like that. And obviously I make money from YouTube and I'm extremely lucky to be in the financial position I am, but I just fucking hate it here. I absolutely hate it here. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that today. So let's say your room's £100 a night. If someone feels like that was fully worth £100, they'll pay you £100. If they felt like it was worth more, they'll pay you more money and you'll have an overpayment. And if something bothered them, like they didn't get a good night's sleep or the breakfast was shit or the room was really dirty, they will take money off. So they'll like underpay you. And usually people underpay if they're like disappointed. They'll usually underpay by around £10 to £20. So anyway, so there it comes to payment. And obviously she didn't stay the night. So the person who owns the B&B actually wasn't expecting anything. Like you can tell that she wasn't expecting anything, that she basically knew that she'd already lost the competition. But there was actually money in the envelope. And they opened the envelope and it's £6.50. And the woman says that's £6.50 so you can get an hour, you can get a cleaner for an hour on minimum wage. The way me and Lem's jaws dropped to the floor. I will actually never be able to relive. That was insane. That was so horrible. Oh my goodness. Thank God she didn't win because she underpaid on quite a lot of people. So, you know, when people underpay on every single person, it basically sort of means that they're a game player, you know, a 4-in-a-bed game player. But anyways, that's the TV show I've been watching. So, oh my gosh, I've been filming for 20 minutes. Oh my God. So that was a little intro bit. Let me know if you guys liked that or if you guys thought I was talking too much. But like podcasts are all about talking, aren't they? So if you're complaining about me talking too much on a podcast, I actually don't know what to say to you. So first thing to start with is what I've been up to. Where have I been? Why did I post one podcast episode, then drop off the face of the earth? I am not going to get too into it, but I just have, you know, my mental health's been in shambles, girls. It has not been good. So yeah, no, my mental health just hasn't been great. I have quite bad OCD. I'm not sure whether I've spoken about it. I've definitely tweeted about my OCD before, but I have quite bad OCD, and like the thing about OCD is that it really does take over your life and it's like really hard. So I start my private therapy next week. I'm so excited. And he basically said he's going to get to the source rather than to sort the symptoms out. He's going to get to the source of why I feel anxious. Like he's going to therapize the fuck out of me. And I cannot wait because I went for a little free consultation. I chatted to him for about half an hour. He was asking me about my family and stuff. And you know what? I think I'm really going to love therapy. Don't want to speak too soon, touch wood. But I really think that I'm going to love therapy because like it is just talking about yourself. And I love talking about myself. That's why I have a podcast, because I'm obsessed with myself. So I'm getting the private therapy, and basically on a whim, I may be speaking too soon, but on a whim, I decided to Google ADHD symptoms. I don't even know why. I think it's because someone I knew was trying to get a diagnosis and I was kind of curious. Like I was just like, oh, what are all the symptoms? And obviously I don't want to speak too soon. I may not have ADHD, but like not to sound dramatic or anything. And I want to talk about this with you guys because I want to see if anyone relates, and I sort of just want to get all these like feelings out there. But I have, you know, read symptoms of like different mental illnesses and like I've related to them and stuff. Like obviously I think there was one point where I thought that I had borderline personality disorder, but then my doctor told me that I just have OCD. But anyways, so I searched up the ADHD symptoms, and I'm not even joking, it wasn't just like like maybe I've got this. It was like my entire life made sense. And I've said this 1,000 times. I've said it to my boyfriend, I've said it to my mum, I've said it to my friends, and like I'm sure my boyfriend's really sick of hearing about it, but I have never read something and been like, oh my God, like my entire life makes sense. I'm not going to get too into it because obviously I've got to bloody try and get an assessment done. And apparently there's like, most places there's like a 2-year waiting list to even get an assessment. And I thought, oh, maybe I'll try and get a private assessment. Those are £1,000. Some of them are like 800. Others are 1,000. I saw this one place that did it for 300, and I was like, oh, obviously that's expensive, but like, oh, that's sort of in my budget. And then they would prescribe you medication, but you'd have to pay £100 a month for the medication. What the fuck? So I'm going to talk to my GP. I've got an appointment on Wednesday and I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm going to talk to my therapist about it as well and ask him what I should do. But basically, one thing I really remember struggling with when I was in school was revision. I always really struggled with concentrating. I'd talk too much. But the revision part I remember really struggling with. And I remember thinking, I didn't I flunked my GCSEs a bit. I did okay on my A. I did actually quite well on my A levels considering, but I flunked my GCSEs a bit. And basically I remember when I was doing I went to an A level revision club once, and it was with these two people in my philosophy class, and they were like, oh, do you want to revise with us? And I was like, oh, okay. And I'd never revised with other people before, and they were shocked with how shit I was at revision. Like, they could just sit there for 2 hours without a break, just raw dogging that revision, and I just couldn't do it. Like, after half an hour I wanted to go. Like, I was so over it. And I remember I really did struggle with revision, and I struggled in like an education setting so much, especially with written stuff, so much that I didn't go to university because of it. There were other reasons why I didn't go to university as well, but I remember being like, I cannot do this for another 3 years. Like, I really struggled with revision and stuff. And one thing I do really struggle with, which I've gotten better with, is just being an adult and organizing my life. Like, with my videos, I obviously have to write scripts and stuff, and I always leave it to the last minute, and I always send videos late to deadlines. It's really bad. So I'm always late on things, and I just can't, I really struggle to focus myself when writing scripts. But yeah, no, it's difficult to explain, but I just feel like if I've got anything, I probably have ADHD, but obviously I don't want to speak too soon. I might not have it. It might just be OCD, but I did read on the NHS, not to use Dr. Google or anything, but I did read on the NHS, it's very common for adults who have ADHD to also develop OCD. Sorry, what are the chances? But yeah, no, I just wanted to talk about that because I was a bit miffed when I found out that there's a super long waiting list, and it's sort of like a bit like, like tiresome. But also I feel like a little bit relieved because I do really feel like that, like, I don't know, I've said it 1,000 times, but I actually feel like my entire life makes sense. Like, it's such a weird feeling, I can't even describe it. But, you know, I'm saying all this stuff and I could be wrong, I could go get an assessment and not have it, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I just wanted to talk about it, to be honest. Video I'm working on. Oh, I'm actually really excited to talk about this because I'm actually really excited to film this video. The last video that I made, There's Something About Miriam, was a fucking heavy one, to say the least, and I had to put a lot of, hard work into it, care and consideration, because obviously I didn't want to upset or offend anyone. Sky ended up copyright claiming it. It's the first time one of my videos has been copyright claimed. But the video that I am working on, which I'm going to post, I'm going to finish the script this week, film next week, so I'm going to try and post it next week, as in next week, as in like 2 weeks time. Got there eventually. So I saw a TikTok the other day which basically said that the sort of skincare hauls and sort of skincare obsession on TikTok is no different from the excessive makeup collections of the 2010s. And that egged me on to go and do a bit of reminiscing and watch a load of old makeup collection videos. Oh my goodness, it was ridiculous. And basically I just wanted to do an exploration into 2010s makeup collections, beauty gurus, the beauty standards at the time, why heavy makeup was so trendy, post 9/11 consumerism, women over consuming, because I feel like women are more likely to over consume in sort of a makeup fashion sense because of beauty standards, and also the shift into minimalism, sustainability, and the clear skin makeup trend, and sort of why that shift has happened, and sort of like this myth of self-care. Like, it's quite difficult to explain, and I'm not gonna lie, I've only like sort of mapped the video out a little bit, so it is like completely scattered, I can't lie, but I'm really excited to film it, and start planning it, because I think it's going to be a good one. Because when I posted about it on TikTok, like the makeup collections and how ridiculous it was, and like a lot of people were like, oh, please make a video about like consumerism and stuff like that. So I'm really excited, especially as someone who, I am a bit of an over consumer, I can't lie. I obviously, my last video was sponsored by Ren, and I took a little test to see like my carbon footprint and all of that, and it said that my number one thing that I need to do is to buy less stuff. I buy a lot of stuff. So that's something which I'm really going to work on, because I'm quite an overconsumer myself. And hopefully when I read all these overconsumption and consumerism books, that hopefully that will sort of shift my mindset a little bit, because I'm not going to lie, it is lovely to buy things, isn't it? Like it just feels like a little need in you, doesn't it? And it's like because of capitalism and stuff. I feel like I sound like such an idiot. Like it's because of like capitalism and stuff, but you know what I mean? You know when you order a cute outfit and then it arrives and then you try it on, you get like this little dopamine rush and you get so excited to wear it, and then you wear it for the first time, you go out and everyone's complimenting you, and then once you've worn it, like kind of what that sort of dopamine rush wears off. I never throw out clothes, really. I always give them away. I never throw out clothes, but I have gotten a lot more conscious to like just use the clothes which I actually have. I mean, obviously I've always reworn clothes, but I feel like people sort of put, especially with like Instagram fashion and TikTok fashion, there's such an emphasis on like just buying new shit all the time. But you know, that's what my new video is about. Let me know if you guys are excited. I feel like a DJ right now. I'm like holding my headphones like, crowd, can I hear you please? So the next thing, one sec, let me have a little water break. Am I doing ASMR right now, guys? Do you guys like the sound of that? Can you guys let me know if you think my voice is good for ASMR, because my accent gets ripped all the time on YouTube. And bear in mind, I actually toned down my accent quite a lot on YouTube because people were so mean about it at one point. Like it was actually really affecting my confidence. That and when people slag off my teeth, it doesn't happen as much anymore because I feel like I've got like a nice little group of people that watch my videos. But like on my videos about politics and stuff, because obviously people, you know, politics is quite inflammatory, isn't it? People would just immediately either go for my accent, which I'm like, all right, that's rude. And second of all, go for my teeth. I'm like, sorry, but if you're going to complain about my teeth, why don't you pay for my fucking braces? I remember this one comment I got that was like, girl, I love you, but you need to fix your teeth. I'm sorry. That is so rude. I'm not insecure about my teeth in real life. I've got really wonky bottom teeth, but I'm not insecure about my teeth in real life. But in videos, because my camera's from a higher angle, you can actually see one of my teeth, one of my bottom teeth when I talk, and it like really makes me cringe when I edit videos. But anyway, so the next thing that I want to talk about is, this is going to be so annoying for some of you guys because I know everyone's so sick of hearing about it, but I have to talk about Euphoria. I can't help it. I am who I am. Put your penis away. I am who I am. So I've got a few things to talk about. First of all, really enjoyed the first episode. I watched Euphoria when it first came out, or like a couple of months after it first came out. So I was 20. You're 20? I was 20 when I first watched the first season, and now I'm 23. Oh my god, old. According to TikTok standards, I'm absolutely fucking haggard. So I first watched Euphoria when I was 20. So I basically waited 3 years of my life to watch the new season, and it finally came out, and I was so happy with the first episode. I was so happy with the first episode. I thought it was really, really good. And then sort of as the episodes went on, I was like, something is bothering me. And I have quite a bad attention span. I've got a very short attention span, which is annoying. I like to blame TikTok for it, but even like 15-second TikTok videos, sometimes I can't sit through them. Like Lem will send me like POV TikToks, and I'm like, if I see that little bar at the bottom where the time's going, sorry, I just can't watch it. I can't like... Even like slow build TikToks which end up being really funny at the end, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, you know what? I can't wait, and I'll forward it. So something wasn't sitting right. I found myself getting a bit bored during some of the episodes, and I was really confused because I was like, I loved the first season. I thought the first season was absolutely like brilliant. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was really, really good. So I remember being really confused, and I thought, god, has my attention span like actually been that fucked since 3 years ago? Like, really? Like, that's weird. Really? Really, that's weird. And then I realised that because I'm rewatching the first season with Lem right now because he didn't finish watching it, and he's been like watching over my shoulders the second season, and he thinks it looks quite funny. And I'm watching it and I'm like, oh my god, where is the fucking dialogue? They have easily halved the dialogue. And I think the dialogue is honestly the best part of the show. And I think the problem is they have given Sam Levinson too much money. First of all, the entire season is shot on film, and I think it looks really, really good. But sometimes some scenes are just really poorly lit. And you can't really see what's going on, and it's like really annoying, I can't lie. But I do think it's shot really, really well. But then instead of like dialogue scenes, they will just overlay it with music and put it in slow-mo, and suddenly they think it's cinematography, and it's very fucking annoying, I can't lie. Like, it just seems so pretentious. Like, it seems like a bit fake deep, and I'm not gonna lie, I think some of the scenes that don't have dialogue are good. I really, really like the scene in the last episode where Rue is hugging her dad, and then it's Labyrinth. That was an amazing scene. I thought that was so, so, so good. But in the last episode, they put a really large part of Maddie's birthday party with music over it. And I'm like, no, I want to see the dialogue between the characters. I want to see what they're saying at this party. Like, you know, that's the whole fun of it. And I just miss the dialogue between the characters. Like that scene with all of them in the hot tub. Lem said that, oh my God, Lem said that Maddie reminds him of me. No, but like, you know, the scene where she's like, oh, but when I say it, it's different. It was not what you said. It was the pace in which you said it. That was very much a me thing to do. And I totally get where she was coming from. He said that shit fucking hastily. But anyways, yeah, no, I'm just not enjoying the complete lack of dialogue. Like, it's absolutely boring me. And that scene with Cassie surrounded by the flowers. One second, I need a drink. This is stressing me out. Yeah, no, that scene at the end of the episode with Cassie surrounded by the flowers. It looked amazing. It looked beautiful. What was the point? Literally, what was the fucking point? Like, it just feels like it feels like Sam Levinson is making this show for 2014 Tumblr. Like, that's exactly how it feels. I saw this tweet where someone turned that Cassie shot in black and white and put in the land of gods and monsters, and someone quote tweeted it and said, my phone has just turned into an iPhone 4S. So I'm just not enjoying it anywhere near as much as the last season. I'm not going to get fully into it because people have already said it, but the decision which the characters are making is not making a lot of sense. Like, the characterization has just gone really sloppy, and people keep saying, oh, it's because Rue's addicted to drugs and she's meant to be an unreliable narrator. I don't think so. I think Sam Levinson is just a bit of a shit writer. Which is a shame because the first season was so good. They just threw so much money at him that he just wanted to do as much as possible, clearly. So also another thing I want to talk about with Euphoria, which has been like really, really spoken about, is the nudity. First of all, why do I have to see a full frontal, sometimes erect penis whenever I watch this show? I see enough of it with my boyfriend. I don't need to see more. And the thing is, I feel like male nudity and female nudity really differs. I think the female nudity, especially the nudity with Sydney Sweeney, is so excessive. The fact that there was an article and there was supposed to be more, but Sydney Sweeney said she didn't want to do a lot of it, or she didn't think it was necessary. The fact that that man wanted to see that woman naked so much is like weird. I think he's weird. And then I found out that the scene that was filmed with Faye, where her boyfriend shoved her in the vent, was meant to be shot with her fully naked. Like, I'm sorry, but that man is such a fucking creep. And I just feel, like, you know, the girls that get it, the girls that don't. You know when you watch something and you're like, I feel like I'm like watching this out of the perspective of a fucking bloke. Like, that's how it feels at the moment. And it feels just a bit icky. Like, I think that nudity can be done right in so many things, but I just don't think it's been done very well in this. It just feels excessive. It feels pervy. It feels weird. It feels creepy. And then, and I saw this thing that was like, Sam Levinson is trying to offset the amount of female nudity with erect penises. Like, he was like, oh, what? You guys are complaining about too much female nudity? Fine, here's some cocks. Like, as if that's going to help anything. And the thing which I find the difference between female nudity and male nudity is when I see female nudity, depending on how it's done, because I do think that female nudity can be done right, but, you know, a lot of the time it feels creepy, it feels a bit pervy, it feels very sexualized, you know, stuff like that. It feels a bit weird, but also very, very sexual. Whenever I see male nudity, specifically penises, it feels pretentious. Because the only sort of films, apart from porn, apart from adult films, the only films which feature like penises, like full frontal male nudity, is usually like films with loads of Oscars, like cult classic films, like drama films, like edgy, you know, like critically acclaimed, that's the word I'm looking for, is really critically acclaimed artsy movies where they put an erect penis in there because they thought it was necessary and that it drove the plot. And you know what? A lot of the time it does. So why then? But then when Sam Levinson tries to do it, it's just like he's like throwing penises in there to be like, yeah, no, what was that? Oh yeah, that was a full frontal penis. Yeah, I did that and I can do that. And you know what? I'm going to put another one. Oh, do you want another one? Oh, you know what? Fancy another one. He just can't stop. It's like he's addicted, and it just feels really, really pretentious seeing that many penises, because it's like he's like being like, yeah, no, this is a really artsy TV show. It's shot on film and there's lots of slow-mo scenes with music over it, and also there's full frontal penises. I don't want to. I literally watch it on Monday morning first thing because all the spoilers are always posted on Twitter. I watch it first thing on a Monday morning. You think I want to start my week out seeing a random man's penis that's not my boyfriend? No, I don't. Jeez. So to actually talk about the plot, I was Jules' defense squad for the longest time, and then she cheated on Rue, and now I'm in the trenches, you guys, because I think Jules gets a lot of heat. I'm not talking about the cheating, by the way, I'm talking about other stuff. Jules as a character gets a lot of heat because I don't think that people understand what it's like to be in a relationship with someone who is very unfortunately suffering from addiction or suffering from mental illness. Unless you've been in that position yourself, you will never understand like the pressure and the responsibility which is put on you. So I really like understood her character, and I really liked her character, and people would shit on her and say that she, you know, left Rue and all this stuff. You know, no one is obliged to stay with their partner just because that partner is mentally ill. Like, if it's too much for them, if they can't deal with all the pressure, they're allowed to break up with them. Like, it's okay. Anyways, so people always shit on her, and I'm like, always like Jules' defense squad. I'm like, you guys are fucking harsh enough for no reason. If Maddie was doing the same shit, you guys wouldn't care. I'm also very much Kat defense squad. I don't understand why people hate Kat, because let's be real, if you guys went to Euphoria High, you would want Kat to be your best friend. No, she's a fucking real one. But anyways, and then so I was like Jules' defense squad, like I'm defending Jules, and then she goes and cheats on Rue, and I'm like, oh no, I haven't got a leg to stand on anymore, especially because, oh my goodness, this Cassie stuff was so ridiculous, because basically I saw so many people after the first episode defending Cassie, all of this stuff, and I'm thinking, guys, you would not forgive your friend if she fucked your ex 3 weeks after you broke up. Why are you suddenly defending this fictional character? Like, come on, like, are you having me on? So the last thing I'm going to talk about is something really, really short and brief, because I haven't fully researched into it, but I just wanted to finish it off because it was on my mind. True crime content on TikTok, because it's getting fucking weird. Now, true crime content on TikTok has always been a bit like strange. I definitely think, you know, I'm sure there are TikTokers out there who handle it with a lot of respect. But the thing is, as I said earlier, TikTok is an app. It's a short form content app, so you can't add a lot of nuance. So that's why I think when it comes to true crime, YouTubers really thrive at it. One YouTuber which I think does true crime really well is Ellen O'Neill. Is that biased because I'm friends with her? Yes, but I watch her videos and I do think she handles the cases with so much respect. And I watched a really good video on YouTube from the YouTuber Pinely, and he was talking about true crime content, and particularly, do I want to at her? He was talking about this video from, I think her name's Bailey Sarian. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if that's her name, but she does like makeup and true crime. And I've never watched her videos before because I'm not really a fan of people like doing their makeup whilst talking about the brutal rape and murder of someone. I'm especially not a fan of people who will like do a McDonald's mukbang and be like, oh my gosh, having my McChicken. Anyway, so this person was brutally murdered. Like, I don't know, it just feels a bit weird. Like, I think if you're gonna do true crime, you You have to sit down and just talk about it and just do it respectfully, like Eleanor does, like Kendall Ray does. I really like Kendall Ray's videos too. True crime on TikTok tends to have a lot of shortcomings because it's short form content. You can't add as much nuance, stuff like that. And people, you know, people will theorize about things in the comments and, you know, make quite disrespectful, almost conspiracy theories about already solved crimes. It's a bit weird, but anyways. So there is this TikTok audio going around at the moment. Oh my God, she's going to sing again. I'm going to start singing again. Where it's basically like the song from Frozen, the song that goes, "We used to be best buddies and now we're not. I wish you could tell me." And then when it goes why, it cuts into, I think it's an Olivia Rodrigo song, but I'm not sure. You know the why? Sorry, I'm such a bad singer. I can't think about the way you betrayed me. You know that song. So it cuts into, so it like blends into that. Someone remixed it. And at first I saw those TikToks of people like posting pictures of them and their boyfriends, well, their ex-boyfriends, and then posting screenshots of the text that their boyfriend sent them when they broke up. And I'm like, look, fair. If you've got a vent, you've got a vent. But oh my gosh, I would never ever post a TikTok about how my ex-boyfriend broke up with me. I don't know why. Like, I just think like, you know, like, good on you for venting. I'm sure you need a lot of support, but also don't give them the satisfaction that you know that they know that you're upset. Don't give them that satisfaction, you know? But then I saw a TikTok of someone posting that audio with Chris Watts and his wife Shanann and their 2 kids, Bella and Celeste. If you guys don't know about the Chris Watts thing, which I'll be really surprised about because it was like really huge, Chris Watts murdered his entire family. Oh my God, it's horrific. I'm not going to say all the details, but he murdered his whole family basically. It was absolutely horrific, like absolutely horrific. Like it's really like stayed with me, I can't lie. So, and they've put this. So at first it was happy pictures of Shanann and Chris and their family. And then like turned it into like, and then like compiled it with like him being arrested and like they're really, I know this is really, really horrible, but like their bodies being found. And I'm just like, oh my God, why have you put this over an Elsa audio? Like, what is actually wrong with you? Like, are we this detached from true crime because of social media? The fact that true crime is so popular on social media, are we so detached from it that we think it's actually acceptable to post a TikTok compilation with Frozen music over it to someone who murdered his entire family? And I'm getting heated about it because I think that it's fucking weird. Like, I'm like, what is wrong with you? And I think that's the problem with true crime on TikTok. I do think, you know, I'm coming for TikTok a lot, but I do think YouTubers can mishandle it as well. But I just think that because people consume so much true crime content, and I am someone who consumes a lot of true crime content because, like most people, I find it extremely interesting. But people can become so like detached and forget that these are actual people. The people who have been murdered are actual people who suffered, who their families have suffered, and it's fucking awful. Like, one trend I saw on TikTok, oh my gosh, like what is actually wrong with men, was this guy posting, it was like a joke TikTok, but like he was being serious in it, but clearly it wasn't real, saying like the masculine urge to tell her family where I buried her body so they can finally be at peace. I get that it was supposed to be a joke, but there is nothing fucking funny about the woman's real fear of being murdered by a man, because most of you guys probably know murder is very, very gendered. A lot of men murder for like sexual urges and stuff like that, for sexual reasons. And I'm just like, it's not fucking funny. And the fact that, you know how many likes it had, guys? It had 300,000 likes. And loads of women in the comments were fucking thirsting over him. I'm begging you to sort yourself out. Get up, sort yourself the fuck out, because it's not fucking funny. Like, there is nothing funny about a man on TikTok pretending to be a murderer and you thirsting over him. It means you're a fucking weirdo. Sorry, I did not mean to get so heated. I just got pissed myself off. Yeah, no, that's sort of what I wanted to finish the video off with. The TikTok, bloody hell. That's what I wanted to finish the podcast off with. Maybe I'll talk about it more in another podcast episode. I just want to talk about it because I want to know you guys' thoughts and stuff. But yes, I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast. I'm hoping I'll be back weekly, but I'm not going to make any promises because obviously my mental health is still in the been. But I did actually really enjoy this. This was very therapeutic, and I really do like the multi-subject TikToks, and I like the little intro part because it gives me a lot to talk about. But yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you soon for another episode. Bye.